American Structurepoint is committed to the communities that we serve. Cities and towns that offer inviting recreational assets, promote a healthier lifestyle, increase quality of life, and create destinations for families and visitors. These projects spark economic development and encourage revitalization. The following case studies will show what the City of Kokomo and the City of Westfield have done in these markets, as well as colleagues speaking to the benefits regionally and nationally.
We help companies look for suitable sites for their businesses, and those are businesses that are in all different sectors. Part of what's attractive from a workforce standpoint is having activities available for families, youth, even older generations. From a site selection perspective, communities with parks and recreational assets score higher than those that don't.
I'm in my 11th year, and we had been really looking at the community-owned, city-owned properties over the last year. So we were thinking, what big project or what big asset do we have here in Kokomo that's owned by the city that really needs revamped? And we have a nice baseball stadium on the south end of town. It was built in the 1950s, but it didn't have any modern amenities. What I wanted was something that we could be proud of as a community, something that would become an asset for our community. This is a downtown baseball park. So what's happened since then, just directly across the street under construction now, we have luxury apartments being built, 197 units. They've opened the first building already. With that, we had a $23 million project about 2 blocks away that it was triggered because of the $32 million. When you start checking boxes on what the stadium really anchored in the beginning, it has far exceeded my expectations.
And I went up and drove in their downtown, saw their baseball stadium, saw the unique nature of their downtown and their walking trail system, and this is just primed for residential use.
I think when we saw their commitment to their downtown, that triggered our interest, and then also just as all around the country, there's a fundamental shift of people wanting to live downtown. It's really a national phenomenon, but it takes a mayor like Mayor Goodnight and the commitment to their downtown and the commitment to making things like the baseball stadium happen. That's what makes it possible to make these things work.
It was one of those things we knew, my council members and myself, we knew that this was going to be a home run. Many people here at Kokomo have just fell in love with the stadium, the Jackrabbits. It is clean, family, fun for kids of all ages, 8 to 80.
There's a lot of opportunities when you create a stadium like this. It's a catalyst of local economic development, but also community development too. Everyone wants to come into the stadium. It brings people together. The word of mouth is getting out there that it's a beautiful stadium. You got to go to a Jackrabbits game. You got to go to these events. You got to see Kokomo Municipal Stadium.
As you look across the United States, there's been a real trend in investments in youth and recreational sports, and communities viewing that as an economic development asset. There is a business around youth sports now, and that can be very impactful for a community or for a region. You don't have to be the biggest city in an area to do this. If you can go invest in infrastructure and assets around youth sports and recreation, that is its own economic development engine and allows small cities and towns to control their destiny and where they're going economically as an area.
Travel youth sports, according to Forbes magazine, is an $11 billion a year industry. And it typically is recession-proof because we don't want to deprive our children of opportunities. Westfield was really just a small little spot in the road without a real identity. There are 3 $20 million hotels coming out of the ground, plus another $15 million hotel, plus another $8 million basketball arena, and another assisted living at $17 million project because of Grant Park being that catalyst to create this economic energy here in Westfield.
This complex was developed to spur economic activity for the city of Westfield. We're utilizing this 400-acre Grand Park Sports Campus as the incubator, but as we look to expand that vision, we'll look to bring sports-related business from outside of the area to Grand Park or to the Westfield area.
We're growing more and more so every year. We're very well recognized all across the country now as the premier destination for family travel sports. And what we tell our residents who were kind of questioning, oh my gosh, we're not going to grow corn anymore. No, today we grow kids and we grow families here on this 400 acres. The day-to-day operations from our income exceeds our yearly expenses. So yes, not only is it providing a wonderful economic engine for Westfield and providing a great attraction to families, but it's paying its own way. We encourage other cities to take a look at this because it does nothing more than to build our industry. We mayors, especially in Indiana, we have got to create special places.